Starting your day off with a take on Vegas you won't get anywhere else.
Hi, I'm Holly Madison, and I listen to Brian Shapiro.
Hi, this is William Shatner, and I listen to Brian Shapiro.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and I listen to Brian Shapiro. Why? Because I'm a good American. So is he. And if you don't listen to him, you need to pack up and leave this country.
This is the Vegas Take with Sharp and Shapiro.
Welcome all the guys!
Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. So glad you could join us. Oh, wait, Sharpie, how you doing? Oh, wait, he's not here. That's right. That's okay, though, because we do have two people in the studio. It's all right. And we got a lot to get to today, a lot to go over. We're going to have some fun coming up in hour number 2. Dennis Silvers, the golf guru, going to join us. We got a major. It is the U.S. Open, and it starts on Thursday. Dennis Silvers will be joining us to preview the U.S. Open. Does Tiger Woods have a chance to win? Well, we'll find out. We'll see what Dennis has to say. Give us a few of his long shots who he thinks is going to win. I certainly have a few of my own. So we'll get to that in hour number 2. Of course, it's Tuesday. So what does that mean? Well, it means Ron Futrell is here.
It means Tacos Tuesday. You brought the tacos, didn't you? You got tacos, Brian?
I did not bring tacos.
What?
Of course, Ron from Channel 8.
I came here expecting tacos.
No, there's Taco Bell across the street. You can
celebrate Trump's deal with Mexico to help secure the border, I thought you would bring tacos.
Well, here's what we can
Tuesday.
celebrate. I got something for you to
celebrate. You can celebrate that. You're celebrating that, aren't you, tonight?
We'll talk about that.
All of America is, I hope.
We'll talk
you
about
are too.
that.
Okay.
We'll talk
Good to
about
see you,
that.
Brian. I've been gone the last few weeks. I've been
Where have you been?
I've been working.
Where have you been?
You switched the day. Working. I've been working.
You've been working?
No, hockey.
Why so secretive? What have you been doing, Ron?
Here's one of the weeks I had to take my grandson to hockey practice.
Well, that's cool.
Okay.
You're a great grandfather.
And
well, not literally. You're not literally a great grandfather.
No,
but you're a nice grandfather.
That was fun. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. So that was one of the weeks. But
that's a legitimate excuse.
And my brother was in town for another week, and we went to an Aviators game. I watched the game from start to finish, which I love doing that.
Those games are fun, but you still were tardy the last 2 weeks.
I was.
Okay.
Those are my two excuses.
I'm going to give you a few detentions. You're going to be in detention today.
I should be. You're right.
But I do want to mention this. You mentioned about talking about something to celebrate. Well, guess what? We're going to be doing the show live on remote. Thursday, June 20th. Which is a week from this Thursday. You can meet myself and JD at, I hope I'm pronouncing the restaurant, Rodizio Grill? Rodizio Grill from 6 to 8 p.m. Actually, you can get there a little earlier. You can get there at 5, depending on, when we get there. But we'll probably get there around that time to meet the listeners. Join us for some free food and drinks, plenty of entertainment. So stop by Rodizio Grill this Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m., meet myself and JD, and we will be broadcasting live from the restaurant, and we'd love to get to know some of our listeners. And your mic is off. Yeah, there you go. Your mic is still off. Hold on. That's what happens when you're not here on time. Your mic's not on. All right, Ken, is this mic on?
Board up. Let's go. Board up.
Go ahead, JD.
All right, it's actually next Thursday.
That's what I said. Didn't I say that?
You said this Thursday.
Oh, I apologize. See, I'm glad you're here.
You brought up a great point, though. Next Thursday and this Thursday. No, that's a great point of contention.
A week from Thursday.
That's a good. But the way to describe it is very important. Next Thursday is this upcoming Thursday, which would be
that's true.
Right. Next Thursday
You're
would be the next Thursday. No, that's not confusing. I'm trying to help them. The next Thursday would be the next Thursday. A week from Thursday does.
Yes.
Or you give the date. You said June 20th.
Yes.
Which does explain it perfectly.
It's fine. But now that
we've
wasted the first 5 minutes of the show.
No, but that's real world stuff. That's stuff that matters.
I will announce that again. But yes, we will be broadcasting live from that restaurant a week from Thursday. And Ron, I hope you can join us for that.
Can I come and get free tacos?
I don't know if they serve tacos there. I don't think they do.
Is it Italian?
But they will have some. They will have some free steak and stuff. They will have some free appetizers and drinks for you. For our
free
listeners.
Food. I can go free food.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've been watching the news today. We'll get to the Mexico
news?
stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you've been watching the news today. I put on a little Fox News, a little CNN. Donald Trump and Joe Biden have been sparring, verbal jabs, in Iowa. And this is something that I have a problem with. Another issue with Donald Trump, Ron, okay?
What?
Well,
you have issues with Trump?
Well, he called Joe Biden dumb today, and he called him the weakest mentally of all the Democrats. Meanwhile, moments later...
Well, okay, hold on.
Well, I didn't finish. Moments later, he praised Kim Jong-un. He said he got another one of those love letters from Kim Jong-un. And nothing but praise for this man.
He said it was warm.
Yeah.
Said he had a warm letter from Kim Jong-un.
And nothing negative to say about this man, only positive
But
about
don't you
Kim
want
Jong-un.
peace between us and North Korea? You don't want peace between, and why do you not want peace between us and North Korea, Brian?
When did I say I didn't want peace?
That you are trying to inflame a situation that should not be inflamed.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are by trying to.
I'll tell you what's inflaming.
Put flames there that aren't there.
No,
there's a warm
that's not
letter
true.
from Kim Jong-un.
I'll tell you what's inflaming to me. When you kiss the ass of evil, murderous dictators, and nothing has been done. There is no
there
proof.
has been things done.
Absolutely not.
We got the bodies back of our Korean War veterans. That is do not discount that.
While that
do
is
not discount that as nothing.
While that is important,
that's
number
that's
one. Number one on the priority list is what?
That's step number one
Joe Biden.
towards peace.
What is number one on the priority list when it comes to Kim Jong-un? Can you answer that?
Eventually, to stop them with nukes.
And has there been anything
that Obama
done?
and Clinton allowed them to get?
Right. It's
we
Obama.
need to stop that.
You really think it's Obama and Clinton's fault that Kim Jong-un is a madman? You really believe that?
Not that he's a madman. Not that he's that he has nukes. Yes. Not that he's a madman. He's a madman because his dad was and his grandpa was.
Well, maybe you don't understand the point I'm trying to make, and I'll explain it one more time to you. So hopefully you can understand what I'm saying.
I'm very slow. So it takes a while.
Well,
hold on, let me think.
if you go after Joe Biden and call him, by the way, dumb, which I think is beyond ridiculous to talk like that when you're the president of the United States, you're supposed to set the example.
Beto's probably more dumb. You're right. You're right. Beto's probably more dumb. He's not the dumbest.
I'm a radio talk show host, and I'll tell you right now, I think Donald Trump is not an intelligent person. I don't think he's intelligent at all.
Oh, you don't?
Maybe he's media savvy. Do you think Jared Kushner's an intelligent person?
I don't know Jared. I don't give a. I don't. You know how much I care about Jared Kushner?
He's probably the third most powerful position in the world. That's all. So maybe you should care about him. But I can understand why you wouldn't.
I like
because he's a disgrace.
Trump has helped to contain the border that Congress would not.
Right. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
That is remarkable, Brian.
We will get to that.
You could do 6 hours on that and still not do enough.
No, I could do 5 minutes on it and share my opinions on it if you'd like to hear.
Because it's a success story and you don't like that.
No, that's not why.
It's success for Trump and America, and you're not happy about that.
But he's not capable. Okay,
he was very. He got Mexico to do something Congress could never get them to do.
Let me explain.
And Obama could not get them to do.
First of all, 6,000 troops at the border.
He leveraged an American hero in Dennis Rodman to do it.
First of all,
impressive.
How about a rebound there, Rodman? Come on now.
6,000 troops at the border will not solve the issue. Number one. Number two.
You don't think anything. Okay.
Number two. No, not true.
Congress won't.
You know what? That's what people on the right they like to make.
It definitely won't hurt though.
Okay. Well,
it's a good move. It's a good first step.
You can't say it's a bad decision, and it's not going to.
You want to
somewhat filter what's going on at the border right now.
You guys want me to finish what I was going to say? You
want to throw out the good for the perfect. You want it to be perfect on the left. You guys want it to be perfect.
Okay, first of all, I'm not on the left, so don't say that.
Folks on the left want it to be perfect. They will throw out the good for the perfect. Let's go with the good right now. And there's a lot of good happening
and there's
right
a lot
now
of bad.
Between us and Mexico.
And there's a lot of bad.
Oh, there are people trafficking people across the border.
What I was trying to say is that he brought up this tariff situation. And people in Mexico and people in the United States are confirming that what Mexico has agreed to was agreed to months ago.
So?
Before the, I'll
you mean
tell
when
you
Trump
why.
Was president? When Trump was president?
You said so. Here's why.
So your pants.
Here's why. I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question because he wants to take credit for the tariff situation and say that is why Mexico abided and gave in. And it is completely false, and it is a lie, and it is a typical Donald Trump example of how the man lies. When something gets done, he can't just leave it as is. He wants to take full 100% credit for it, just like he does with the economy, just like he does with unemployment, like he does with everything. He wants to take credit for everything, and he lied. It had nothing to do with the tariffs.
They sure ran up here in a hurry to try to get things fixed, didn't they?
This was agreed upon months ago.
So your pants. So what?
And he claims the tariffs are the reason why.
He made that happen months ago.
Then why does he have to lie about it?
No, he didn't lie about it, but they sure ran up here in a hurry. He encouraged them to do it sooner and make it happen.
So you're okay with that then?
If the New York Times article, which trust the New York Times, which you're basing what you said on a New York Times article, which again I wink and go New York Times article. You're basing everything, and the media all parroted the New York Times, which is another issue that I have because they all parrot.
So everybody's lying but Donald Trump.
No, the New York Times lied and everybody parroted them.
Everybody in the White House tells the truth. All Republicans tell the truth. The only person that lies is the media.
The New York Times may have lied, and the media parroted them without evidence.
So nonsense.
But Trump. Okay, do you want to give Trump credit for what he did 6 months ago, what he did 3 months ago, or what he did yesterday?
I will explain to you.
Either way, it's Trump credit for fixing the border situation.
I will explain to you.
But you don't want that.
Well, I'm going to answer your question. I will explain to you. Is it a good thing that Mexico is supplying 6,000 troops at the border? Yes, I do. Hold on. I do believe that is a good thing. It is a good start. However, it will not solve all the problems.
Oh no, it won't solve all. You want to throw out you want the perfect and throw out the good.
What do you keep saying that I want the perfect?
Yes,
what does that mean?
Because on that is one of the great tactics of the left.
Of the left, of course. You're going to attack the left again because
of the left is that if it ain't perfect, they want to toss it out.
And you know what? One of the great
if it ain't perfect, they want to toss it.
Do you want to talk about?
This is good.
Do you want to talk about one of the things the right does? I'll tell you what they do. They apologize for Donald Trump for the dumb things he says on a regular basis, the idiotic lies. You're an apologist for Donald Trump. Can you admit that, Ron Futrell?
No,
you
I
are an apologist for that. So you're okay then with him calling politicians in this country dumb, siding with Kim Jong-un. You're okay with that?
I would say some politicians.
You don't think that's
dumb.
a problem at all?
I would say many politicians are dumb.
But you're not the president of the United States.
I don't like
he says it on a world stage.
See, Brian, I'm not particularly okay with it. I don't think it's the best form, but it's not going to make me think he's any less of a leader than he is.
And it won't make me think he's any less of an a-hole than he is.
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I on a regular basis, he does that. He embarrasses the country. What about this, Ron? What about on D-Day when he's sitting a few feet away from those brave men and women who lost their lives, who are buried, and he's attacking politicians? Are you okay with that? Calling politicians names. And I'm not a Nancy Pelosi apologist, but hold on. Let me tell you something. The look of it. He's a few feet away from the men and women who are buried, who risked their lives.
To those men and women.
Yeah, that's great honor.
They were men.
Let me tell you what honor is. When Nancy Pelosi was at that same gravesite and she was asked about Donald Trump, you know what her response was? Not talking about Donald Trump. This is a special day. These are special people that lost their lives.
She's so good.
That's what. Well, you know what? In that situation, she was compared to Donald Trump, who thinks it's okay to call politicians names a few feet away from a gravesite while the racist Laura Ingraham is interviewing him. I'm sorry, but that's wrong.
No, that's so you keep dwelling on these little issues.
That's not a little issue. No, it's not a little issue. Absolutely not.
I care about what he does, not what he says.
And you don't
care about what he does.
And you don't care the example he sets for the country.
And that's what it comes down to in the 2020 election is, are people going to vote based on what he says or what he does? And I think they're going to vote on what he does.
What he does.
So he said, let's build a wall and Mexico pay for it. Did we forget about that? Did he do that?
He's the tariffs got them scared as hell to get them to come here and negotiate.
Are they going to be paying for the wall?
I'm telling you, they got him scared as they know that he's got the power of the purse.
We'll
that
see
he
how
can
this plays
use
out.
it at
Look,
any
the difference
point
between you and me is I think the president of the United States is
angry that our border is getting more secure. Why are you angry that our southern?
When did I say that? You're putting words in my mouth. When did I say that?
You're not happy with what Trump is doing on the southern border.
Because I don't think it is going to solve all the issues of this country.
It's not going to solve them all. It's not going to solve them all.
The people that are overstaying their visas in this country, the majority of those people, that's who we have to find. We have to find who those people.
You want the perfect.
It's not the perfect.
It might not solve them all, but it's probably going to improve by about 40 to 50%.
I'll take that.
Completely disagree with what
you want.
That statistic. Completely disagree.
You're gonna throw out the good because you want the perfect. No, that is because
that's
you want.
Absurd to say that. I want the perfect. That's absurd. I want a president of the United States who respects people on a world stage. I want a president of the United States who doesn't kiss the ass of Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin. I want a president of the United States who doesn't insult politicians when he's on a gravesite of brave men and women who served, who lost their lives. Is that asking for someone to be perfect? Absolutely not. It's asking for respect.
Let's say Joe Biden is president. How do you think that he handles, and Hillary Clinton? Let's say Joe Biden's president and Hillary Clinton's president.
I'll tell you one thing he wouldn't do.
How do you think they handle North Korea?
I'll tell you one thing Joe Biden wouldn't do, and I'm not even saying I would vote for Joe Biden, but I can tell you right now Joe Biden would not kiss the ass of Kim Jong-un. And hold on, and when asked about Otto Warmbier on a world stage, I guarantee you that Joe Biden would not side with Kim Jong-un.
So you think he would help push us closer to a world war or a nuclear war?
Absolutely not. I'm telling you he wouldn't embarrass the country the way Donald Trump does.
So how would he handle it then?
You'll have to ask him that question. I'm not going to get inside his head, but one thing I know for sure is that he wouldn't kiss the ass of Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin. He wouldn't do that.
He didn't do anything. He did nothing.
Okay.
He and Obama did nothing.
Right.
Did nothing. The
They've done
situation
nothing.
got
Right.
worse.
Right.
The situation
Which-
with North Korea got
All right.
worse
Which allowed
while
them
they were in the White House. The situation with North
to
Korea
test
got
more
worse.
weapons, to arm themselves further.
That's exactly what North Korea has been doing the last 6 months, by the way, if you look at the CIA. Let me give out the number. 257-5396 is the number to call. 702-257-5396 if you want to be a part of the program. We got Ron Futrell in studio. It is Sharp and Shapiro, the Vegas Take. And we will take some calls. What do you guys think about this? I think it is an issue when the president of the United States calls a politician dumb on a world stage, says he's the weakest mentally, and then he decides to continue to talk about his love affair with the evil, murderous dictator Kim Jong-un. Let's go to, I believe... Boy, I'm having trouble looking at that name.
You're
Jeff.
right. Trump might be wrong.
Hi, Jeff.
Beto might be weaker. You're right. Beto might be
Jeff.
weaker.
Trump's doing. I'll explain what Trump's doing in a second.
Jeff, what's up?
Are you there?
Yes, sir. Jeff, go ahead.
Okay, Brian, I have some advice for you just right off the top.
I can't wait to
And
hear
that
this.
is-
I can't wait.
Bless you.
Do not ever invite Ron Futrell back on the show. You know why?
Why is that, Jeff?
Because he's eating your lunch, man.
He's eating my lunch. What? And how is he eating my lunch? How about come up with some specifics?
Look for you when you have somebody
Hey, Ron,
on there
what did
who's
Brian have for lunch
intelligent
today?
What do you have for
Okay.
and
lunch?
an
Wasn't
opposing
good.
viewpoint, and you can't hang up on him.
Jeff, I'm not going to hang up on
for
you.
you.
Why don't you tell me how he's eating my lunch? What do you disagree with me on? Are you capable of having a debate?
He made a great point that you can't see the forest.
Why don't you be specific? Stop. You've wasted 30 seconds of this call.
He's made multiple points. Just
He's
about-
made multiple points. Why don't you be specific and answer? He's made multiple points. He's eating your lunch. He's made multiple points. He's made multiple points.
I like this.
Jeff.
This is good.
Jeff.
He's
Why
off
don't
the
you learn?
rails now.
Why don't you learn how to debate
This is
somebody on the air?
wonderful.
You bozo.
Hey, Jeff, great call.
He's gonna pop his.
You haven't made
confidence.
one specific comment in regards to how he's eating my lunch. You moron. Get off the line.
Love you, Jeff.
Ken,
Love
get
you,
rid
Jeff.
of Ken.
Awesome,
Get rid
Jeff.
of this idiot.
Love you, Jeff.
He's eating your lunch. He's
I
eating your
want to
lunch.
make one point here. The reason that Trump is calling out Biden is because he knows that the left and the Democrats hate him so much that whoever he identifies as his competition, they will support. And he knows that Joe Biden is his easiest competition.
257-5396, the number to call. 702-257-5396.
He's isolating his
other than-
opponent in the
Yeah,
2020
he is.
election.
Who are the Democrats going to nominate? Brian, who do you think? Old white guy?
Exactly.
Democrats going to nominate
He
an
does
old white
not
guy?
want to go against a Kamala Harris or an Ocasio-Cortez
You know how the
or a
vote-
female. He wants to go against an older white guy with less resources
I'm
than
not
he
even going
has.
to respond to
and-
that. I'm going to take some more
and
calls.
a
'cause
smaller social media
That's not
reach.
what we're talking about. 257-5396. Let's go to...
The Get Out the Vote campaign for Joe Biden is going to be so... It'll be embarrassing.
you guys mind if I take another
Rock
call?
the
Is that
vo-
all right?
rock
Or
the-
you guys want to keep going?
Rock the vote for Joe Biden?
All right.
That's going to rock the vote? Okay, anyway,
Can I
sorry.
take another call? Is that all
Rock
right?
the vote.
All right, good. Because you're eating my lunch right now. 257-5396. Let's go to
Tacos.
Brian. Brian, what's up?
Hey, Brian.
Speaking of eating, the Rodizio Grill is absolutely phenomenal.
Did I pronounce it wrong? It's Rodizio.
Rodizio, yeah, it's a
Rodizio.
Brazilian steakhouse.
Okay.
And they
Well,
have,
are you going to come out, Brian?
We're going to see it,
I'm
Brian?
coming, definitely.
Where
Good.
is it? Where
Good.
is that? Thursday the 20th.
Let me,
I'll be
Brian,
there.
let me just announce it one more time. Thank
Okay.
you for mentioning that, by the way. You could join JD and myself. This will be Thursday, June 20th, Rodizio Grill. I'll probably get there around 5 o'clock to talk to some listeners. So 5
I'll probably
to
sneak
8.
in around 6:08.
Yeah, that's about typical. But we will have free drinks and free appetizer
What?
specials there. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's Rodizio Grill. I believe that's in Henderson. Right, Brian?
Yes.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you there, my man. What's on your mind?
Well, I just want to tell you a little bit about their food real quick and then say something.
Okay.
This is, if you like steaks and meats of all kinds, it's all rotisserie cooked, and then they bring it to your table and cut it up. And,
I'm going to eat a
put
steak
big
on
plate
the
in
air.
front of you. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Ron, will you be there?
Carnivores.
Will you
For the
show up?
If
Oh,
my schedule is free,
Yes.
I
would
will
like
be,
to
yes.
have
I'm actually vegan.
I would like to
Carnivores.
have a
Let's go.
steak, eating a steak live on the air. That's what I would like to do, Brian. So, Brian, what's on your mind on this one? Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to bring up the fact that Laura Ingraham is not a racist.
Okay, well, I can give you reasons why I
I
disagree.
know you feel like she is, but she's not.
Okay, well, I disagree with you. I can give you reasons why I would call her a racist. Would you like me to do that?
The same two reasons you always give?
Well, you can give
LeBron
one.
James
If
and Nipsey
somebody
Hussle?
if somebody goes in the street and starts shouting out the N-word, that's one reason. I'm not saying Laura Ingraham did that, but just because you have two reasons doesn't mean that's not enough. So I disagree with that premise.
Tupac did that.
Brian's,
is he racist?
First of all,
context matters.
Okay, well,
context matters.
Yeah, I think it does. Well,
Context
let's talk
does
about
matter.
context. Shut up and dribble LeBron James. She's had plenty of professional athletes on the right on all the time. Funny how she attacks a rapper, okay, literally less than 2 weeks after he died. I'm talking about Nipsey Hussle, and decides to attack his lyrics. I find that very, very interesting that she hides behind her religion and she wears that little thing around her neck. But yet every single time she seems to, you can laugh, but it's true. She attacks African Americans a lot. And she also said when in regards
you can't
to,
do that.
she said when the kids are, these kids that go through the border, that they're, she said that they're like summer camps in some of these kids and some of these kids. She compared that to summer camps. She is obsessed with some of these.
Brian,
yes.
You've never seen her when she's had Candace Owen on her program.
Is Candace Owen, is she a Republican?
She's a conservative. She's a young black woman who started the movement Blexit, the black exit from the Democrat
and she's
Party.
Also, and she's also,
a young woman.
Brian, I will support my co-host here. What she did with Nipsey Hussle was ridiculous. Nipsey Hussle is revered by African American athletes. No, it was ridiculous. I mean, she went out of her way to offend almost every African American major athlete in the United States of America, and she had no.
Actually,
the guy's dead.
I agree with what you're saying right there, but if you've watched the piece, the whole thing amounted to. If you see the people that was on, it was her co-host that was on there.
Here comes the excuses now. Yep,
they
go ahead.
actually showed a little bit of the video of them singing, and the lyrics. Anybody who thinks that song is a great song, I'd like to have a little discussion with them about it.
Well, I don't think it's a great song. You know what, Brian?
Bottom line, it's free speech.
First of all, I don't think it's a great song.
And
it's art.
That does not make her a racist.
Oh, right, sure. So she just chooses 2 weeks after the guy dies to go after him, and he just happens to be an African American, just like LeBron James.
Come on her program, right?
And Candace Owens is like, because so are you giving the excuse because I have one African American friend I can't be a racist? What are you talking about, Brian? Come on, give me a break.
Many African American guests
all right,
on
Brian,
her show.
Brian,
if you've ever seen her show,
Brian,
you would know that.
I look forward to
listen to a radio show.
Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do with you, Brian. Okay, you're gonna come to this restaurant on June 20th. I am gonna give you ample time, face to face, man to man, why I think Laura Ingram's a racist and why you think she's not, and I will give you the opportunity to do that. Do you accept that?
Sure.
All right. I will see you at the restaurant, my man. Thank you for the phone call. You know I always appreciate it when you call in. 257-5396. I believe who's next here? Let's go to Mark. Why don't we go with Mark? Mark, thanks for calling into the Vegas Take, my friend. How are you?
Hi, Brian. How are you?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Well, I really enjoyed when you had Mark Levin on your show.
And I enjoyed it as well, and I would like to think that Mark Levin, in fact, he said he enjoyed it, so I think we had a good time.
What I like about Mark Levin is he's a pure constitutional guy.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, he's a very intelligent man. We disagree on a lot of issues, but
he looks at every angle, and he just wants things to be done by the book.
Okay, I don't know if I agree with that 100%, but go ahead. I'm not sure where you're going, but go ahead.
Well, I just think that if you had a guy like Mark around once in a while, you'd understand a little bit more than, like, forget about, I'm sick of this bash Trump.
So what did I say? Okay, I think we actually just lost Mark. I think we lost Mark. I would love to.
Did Roe versus Wade come up with Levin at all? I didn't hear the interview, but one of the things I mentioned beforehand is Mark Levin explains very well, and I'm not even going to try to do it, but he explains very well why Roe versus Wade is bad law constitutionally. Doesn't get into even the issue of abortion, which you can do that. Just talk and separate it as law. And it's not good constitutional law. Levin has a great explanation. I don't know if he did it during your show. I didn't hear it, but I've heard him in the past give that explanation. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And
he's a smart guy, and I appreciate the fact that he came on.
They cannot disagree with how it is bad law. It is bad law. Leave the emotion of abortion aside. It's just bad law. But
All right.
anyway.
Well, we got full. Sorry about that. I think we hung up on you by accident there, Mark. Please feel free to call back. Let's go to Neil. Neil, what's going on?
Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir. It's going good. What's up?
Listen, I have a fondness for the word imbecile. It's
Okay.
got a catchy ring to it. But
You said this yesterday,
first of
Neil.
all,
Did he? I don't
He
remember.
did.
Donald Trump is the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln.
Okay. Well, that's an utterly ridiculous statement. But go ahead.
Calvin Coolidge was pretty good.
It's going to be proven to be
Yeah.
not ridiculous.
Okay.
at
So
all.
Donald Trump.
Reagan was great.
Donald Trump is a better president than Ronald Reagan 2 years. I mean, that is just an absurd comment. That's just okay.
No, but he
That's
is
absurd.
doing things that Reagan didn't have the courage to do.
That is it's just
Okay,
absolutely absurd on so many fronts.
Let's hear him explain it.
Reagan. He dwarfs Ronald Reagan.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Well, sure.
Okay, I
Why?
have
Because he
another
bangs
comment.
porn stars? Is that why? Why?
No, listen. I
Is
want-
it because
I
he
want to have
attacks?
another comment.
What has he done to? Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
That
Neil.
was JFK.
Hold on a
You're
second.
thinking of JFK.
Hold on a second, Neil. You just said Donald Trump is the best president since Abraham Lincoln. What has he done to reach across the aisle to work with Democrats? Please answer the question.
I think he's constantly reaching out to them
What
to
has he done
cooperate.
specifically to pass a bill to reach across the aisle? Please be specific.
I
What?
think he's constantly reaching out.
I didn't ask you what you think. I asked you to come up with a
See,
policy.
there's circumstances here because the Democrats are going after him consistently.
And the Republicans went after Barack Obama, and he struggled to
No, they
things to
did
pass
not.
like
as well.
this.
No, you
Not like
cannot.
this.
You
Yes, they
cannot
did.
compare the two.
You're
You
right.
cannot
You're
compare
right.
the two.
You're right, because Donald Trump is a scumbag.
He
That's why I
deserves it.
can't
He
compare the
deserves it.
two.
He deserves it.
No,
Okay.
he's not.
Yes, he
But
is.
Let me make. I want to talk about Normandy.
Neil,
You still there?
you're going to have to hang on the line, Neil, and I'll get back to you when we come back, okay? Sound good?
All right.
All right, thank you. We're going to take a quick break. We got Ron Futrell from Channel 8 in studio. I promise I will get to all your calls. We got Ellie, we got Gary, we got Ron, we got Wilfred. We got a lot of people on hold. I will get to all your calls when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to The Vegas Take, and we will continue the conversation that involves Donald Trump and much more when we come back. Listen to The Vegas Take right here on the all-new 101.5 FM, 720 AM KDWN. All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. We'll talk a little U.S. Open golf coming up in hour number 2. We're talking Donald Trump, of course, as we always do, versus Joe Biden. We got Ron Futrell in studio. I also want to mention this again. We will be at Rodizio Restaurant, broadcasting live there a week from Thursday, June 20th. Check us out 5 to 8 p.m. We'll be doing our show live out there. Say hello. And may even get into a debate with some of you on the radio. I mean, come on, that's fun, face to face, right? Maybe I'll have to bring a bulletproof vest. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. I want to take some phone calls, Mr. Futrell. I kind of have an.
You called me Mister. Okay,
yeah, well, I have an opinion that some of these callers might side with you. Some of them hopefully will side with me. I don't know.
If they're right,
but,
they will.
But we were talking with Neil, and Neil, I wanted to give you ample time, so go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, Brian. Let me make a couple of points. Donald Trump dwarfs Ronald Reagan. The wall, in East Germany was coming down regardless. Mickey Mouse could have been president.
What policies has he put forth that no other president could have done that would make Donald Trump the best president ever?
All right, I missed that. I didn't hear what you said there.
What policies has Donald Trump put forth that would make you say that he is the best president of all time only 2 years in?
All right, well, let me list this, okay? He's working for peace in the Middle East.
What has he? Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I didn't ask you what he was working towards. I asked you what he has done.
Bye, ISIS.
Criminal justice reform. Criminal justice reform.
No,
what has he
big time.
passed?
No, what he said right there, criminal justice reform is huge, is absolutely huge what he's
doing. And the Democrats have been wanting to push this for years. And yes, that is a good thing. But I am asking you, what specific policies has he personally put forth?
There's one, criminal justice reform.
Nancy Pelosi would get out of the way.
And you won't answer the question.
So one, he said criminal justice reform.
One, yes.
Policy that works.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we could get national health care.
I'm going to ask you one more time, Neil, with all due respect, Neil.
Neil, ISIS.
I'm going to ask you one more time.
ISIS.
Name me another policy. You've only named one. And by the way, the Democrats have been trying to push that forward, so it's partially their policy as well.
They couldn't.
Give me another policy that he has pushed forward that makes you believe that he is the best president of all time. You've only named one thing. Give me something else.
All right, criminal justice reform. Okay, to just repeat myself, to me what's huge is if he can get a deal with.
That's not what I
the
asked you.
Palestinians
Let's hear
and
him.
Israel. That would be huge.
But
If
he hasn't.
Nuclearized the North Korean.
Which he hasn't. You're naming things he hasn't been able to do yet, Neil. Neil, with all due respect, I got to get to some other callers.
He eliminated for the most part eliminated all the territory of ISIS, and that was by policy. That was by demand. Obama couldn't do that. I don't know that he cared to do it. He didn't seem to care to do it.
So you're making the insinuation that Barack Obama did not want to defeat ISIS.
He didn't seem to care.
That is an absurd. That is an absurd thing to say.
He would have done it if he could have done it. We had the same U.S. military.
He didn't. That's like saying George W. Bush didn't stop 9/11 and he knew it was coming.
Considering how quickly and fast Trump was able to stop ISIS, Obama definitely could have done the exact same thing.
And he didn't. We had the same U.S. military, and he didn't.
Let's take some more phone calls.
It wasn't exactly a daunting
task. You answer why he didn't do that.
Well, I want to take some more phone calls because we got a lot of people that have been waiting on hold. Let's go to Wilfrey. Wilfrey, what's up?
Hi, Bob.
Well, let's see. I was wondering if those steaks were going to be male or female meat.
Oh, wait.
So anyway, look, I called to compliment your earlier discussion. Mr. Futrell, is it Ron Futrell? Is that how you spell it?
I'll go with that. Yeah. Yes.
Pardon?
Yes.
Well, I want to compliment you on your strength of character in the battle, in the fray, in a near hand-to-hand combat moment there with Brian.
Left, right,
and,
haymaker.
When you have those kind of shows, I find them to be informative when they're equally matched because once you understand Brian's MO, his mode of operation, and are willing to stand it.
This is the same guy.
It's actually modus operandi.
Excuse me. This is the same guy who once called in a month and a half ago, and his issue starting a phone call was saying there were 600 black people that were loitering across the country. This is the guy, Wilfrey, who calls in, who attacks African Americans on a regular basis, who is a blatant racist. Wilfrey, you are a racist and you are a buffoon.
Now here's the point.
No. That's the point. No. You don't have a point. You never have a point when you call and you spout out your ridiculous. You spout out your ridiculous, boring stories every single day. Every single day, you spout out your boring stories.
I do like your analogies and your metaphors, and I like how everything to you is war based.
Yeah.
Well, no,
everything is war
I
based,
asked the black people,
especially female meat.
A black doctor give me a physical that I had to take. Right? You know what? She's a doctor, black female. I said, would you rather be called black or African? You know what she told me, Brian?
I really don't care what she told you.
What did she tell you?
I really don't care.
What did she tell you?
I really don't care.
She told me she prefers black.
Okay,
said, well, why would you
wonderful.
say that?
So let's talk about...
She said, because I'm not from Nigeria, and I'm not from Africa. I'm from America, and everybody comes from America. Remember that? I said, what do you mean? Well, if you look at the anthropology, we all came from Africa. She finds it more complimentary to say black because there's black Ethiopians and black Cubans.
Wilfrey, so, Brian, in the history of my life, I've never heard anyone say more boring stories than you. Every single time you call and you make me want to fall asleep.
Wait a minute, a boring racist.
You are, yeah. Go complain to somebody about it like you did 6 weeks ago. Yeah, go complain.
Names: Nidrob, buffoon.
Yeah. You're all the above, sir.
Why are you so? I don't understand that.
You are all the. I don't understand you. I don't understand you. You claim that you can't stand me, yet you listen to the show every day. You call in every day, and then you complain to the company about me. You are a loser.
No. I told you why I listened to you, and I didn't call to complain about you.
Oh, sure you didn't. Right, sure you didn't.
I called to find out who would allow the caliber of commentary you were giving.
So if you don't like the caliber of commentary, then why do you listen? If you don't like if you don't like the caliber of commentary, whatever you want to call it, okay, then why do you call in every day and why do you listen? Answer the question.
I think I will answer your question if you don't interrupt me. If you had that courtesy,
answer it.
I think we're headed too close to a civil war, and we're seeing strategies.
This has nothing to do with the Civil War. This is why I interrupt. Goodbye. Hang up on this moron.
He likes listening to me and JD.
He is
maybe he's listening for me and JD.
Yeah,
what do you think, JD?
Wilfrey didn't take
maybe that's why.
JD, can I ask you a question?
I'll answer it.
Do you think Wilfrey is a racist? Now, you listen to him call in all the time, JD. Do you think he has some racism in him? Because JD knows.
Brian, you think everybody has racism in him?
No, I don't.
I think he mentions the African American race a lot more than he should, and he specifically says the word black when he does.
Yes,
and that just isn't necessary. Is he a bona fide KKK member racist? Absolutely not.
I certainly hope
I
not.
I don't think he is, but he does tend to bring up race much more than he should in standard conversation.
JD wouldn't lie. Okay, he's the voice of reason on this show. He wouldn't lie.
Brian, here's a bigger question. Do you think it's a tactic of the left to call people racist to stop speech?
I just called him a racist.
No.
I never called you a racist.
Again, no, you didn't call me. Do you think it's a tactic of the left?
I don't speak for the left, so I don't know. I don't know.
But you're smart. You're smart enough to know. Do you think it's a tactic of the left to call people racist or homophobe to stop speech?
I'm sure there are some people out there that do that for that reason.
A lot.
I'm not going to be.
That's the whole tactic. That is a majority of the left's tactics.
Now you're making a gross assumption saying the majority of Democrats.
It is a majority of their
ridiculous.
Tactics to stop speech.
257-5396 is the number to call. We got a lot of more phone calls to get to. 257-5396. Let's go to Elle. What's up? Ellie, what's up? Eli, I apologize. Eli, what's going on?
Hey, Brian.
What's up?
Brian, I come across this too often where if I'm talking to somebody and the subject comes up about Trump, as soon as the name Trump hits the conversation, there's no dialogue. I mean, there's no back and forth of actually a civil conversation. Okay, somebody has to be irate and angry, and instead of actually talking about policies or
all right, let's talk about policy.
You're only insulting.
Well, let's talk about policy.
He's a racist. You're saying he's.
Well,
you're saying he's.
Did I say in this 45 minutes that he's? Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Right?
Did I say he's a racist on this show?
Did you say he's a racist on the show?
Yeah. Did I say
I
that?
haven't been listening to the beginning.
Exactly. Thank you. I haven't said he's a racist.
Not today.
I didn't.
Racist in the past.
Okay. Here's why. I don't know what's in his heart. Okay. Here's what I do know. He's a bad father. He's a bad husband. I would say that if you bang,
wow.
well, hold on a second.
His kids are rock stars.
Excuse
by
me.
the way. No, that's an indication of a father.
Let me just finish.
His kids are rock stars, by the way.
And
but
you
anyway,
would tell that to his kids and to their face.
Okay, what I would say, yeah, absolutely, I would have no problem saying that. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. So somebody that has sex with a porn star right after his wife has a child, what would you call that guy? A good husband?
I call him JFK.
I'm not talking about JFK. I'm not talking about JFK.
How about that?
Okay. What would you call that? Answer the question, Ellie.
Well, what I would call that is being human, actually.
Being human.
There's doctors out there that could actually save your life. Because they're professionals.
So you're not capable of criticizing somebody.
They made a mistake in life doesn't mean that they're not qualified to save your life.
Well, guess what?
This guy has the qualifications to save this country. Okay?
What qualifications are that? Getting ratings on The Apprentice? What qualifications are that? See, here you go. You want to rag on Obama, and you're unwilling to even say. See, this is why you're not intellectually honest. I can't. No, excuse me. I can't have a debate with you. Here's why. I just asked you a very specific question. Excuse me.
How do you give money to terrorists?
I just asked you a very specific. I'm not talking about Barack Obama because he's not the president. I just asked you a very specific question.
Instead of giving them money,
I'm not talking about Barack Obama. Why don't you answer the question? You nitwit, answer the question. I just said a man who has sex with a porn star, okay?
Okay.
Right after his wife has a baby. And your answer to that is, well, it's just human because you're an Obama hater and you're way to the right and you're a biased nitwit. That's why. Goodbye. Goodbye. You are a biased nitwit. That's what you are. 257-5396. Let's go to Gary. Gary, what's up?
Why do liberals get acronyms? Why do liberals get acronyms, Brian? This is a different issue. Why do liberals get acronyms?
Gary, what's going on?
Anyway, that's another issue.
Hey, I just want to say I have nothing against vegetarians, but I'm proud of you, Brian, for not being a vegetarian and getting yourself a steak.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
He is a carnivore. That we will say.
What's on your mind, my friend?
A couple of things. I really love the opening of the show. I really appreciate Ron Patel of Channel 3 News. I'm not even sure if Mark Levin could do this kind of thing, like in the studio.
Yes.
Have somebody diabolically opposed to his views about President
Trump.
I
love Ron. Here's the difference between...
We get along great. So
here's the difference.
Friends. So.
Let me explain this, Gary, and I'm glad you brought that up. Me and Ron could go at it on the air all day long. We could talk about politics all day. I really don't want to do that, but we do it on the air. And then off the air, we are friends, and we rarely ever talk about politics off the air. That's the thing. Is that correct, Ron?
And neither one of us, you seem to take it personal with the call. I don't take it. You and I don't take it personal with each other.
It's not that I, Ron. It's not that.
Take it personal.
Ron, it's not that I.
It's
you
thank
guys are rock and rolling and entertaining
Gary,
so
I
much.
appreciate.
I need to appreciate it.
I
Hey, listen,
appreciate.
I want to ask something important.
Okay,
And
okay.
then you
Go ahead.
call me a moron and hang up.
No,
on me.
Gary, I'm not going to do that.
Why did transgenders have about 20 categories of different types of transgenders recognized by the Psychological Association?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that question because we're not really talking about that, Gary. But I appreciate the call. Thank you very much. We got tons of other callers to get to. Let's go to Brady. Brady, what's up? Brady,
hi, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead, Brady.
Yeah, I think the day of reckoning is coming for Trump, and you Democrats are kind of jumping.
Okay,
the gun.
I'm not a Democrat, so please don't call me that. That's not who I am. That's not what my voting record would show. So go ahead, Brady.
How about anti-Trumper then?
I think I'm anti anybody that embarrasses the country. So, you can call me anti-Trump if you'd like to, but that's not really, that's fine. I don't like the man as a person.
I mean, and lay off the porn stars that the guy's banged in his life. Who the hell are you to judge somebody?
I'll judge if I want to. What do you think about that, Brady? A man that has
bring
sex.
it up every conversation. That's all you have to
Well,
go
because
with sometimes.
no, I actually have more to go with. What about when you attack someone who served, like John McCain? Even Ron Futrella admits this.
Oh boy,
okay,
John McCain, a pissy match between those two.
Here you go.
You got to let that go.
Oh, so here I go again. So you think it's okay to be a disgrace and go after John McCain, a man who served this country honorably, and to say you don't respect him because he was captured? Would you like me to go on, Brady? Because I could give many other examples if you'd like. We could be here all night.
Can I give you an example of one thing in my life in regards to John McShane?
No. I'm hanging up on you. No, I'm hanging up on you. If you're going to call him John McShane, you're a disgrace to the country, Brady.
Oh, you're getting hung up.
You are a disgrace. You are an utter disgrace, and I will always hang up on you if you're going to call John McCain John McShane. Shame on you. You're an idiot.
He did crash a lot of stuff.
Let's go to Stan. Stan, what's up? Stan, are you there? We lost Stan, I believe. Let's go to Peter. Peter, you are next on the Vegas Take. Peter, what's going on?
Hello, guys. How are you doing today?
Doing good, Peter. What's up, man?
Well, as far as accomplishments that this president's administration has made, they've done several things. I'll give you one, right? That one president that no president would even let you look at was the intellectual property bill for musicians. Do you know even what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Yes, I do. And
Ding, ding.
And you're absolutely right. And I never have I ever said on this show that he's never accomplished anything. When people love the man, and Peter, you eloquently brought up something, and I appreciate that.
Okay.
That's fine.
And I'll give you one more that the whole media will not even bring up.
What's that?
Since the Trump administration has been in office, they have arrested over 5,000 pedophiles in this country.
Bill Barr, thank you, Bill Barr, on that. Trump and Bill Barr, thank you.
I am unaware of that.
He's right. He's exactly right.
I'm 100% right.
When did I say you were wrong? I didn't say you were wrong.
With importing kids for sex
all right,
trafficking.
Peter. Number one, I didn't
If
say
they want
Peter.
to close down the border and start
Peter, I
doing
get it.
DNA tests on people to see if they're really their children or they're just
Okay,
bringing
Peter.
children in to
Peter.
sell,
Okay, Peter.
I'll give them 100% to do that.
Peter, first of all, I didn't say you were wrong, so I don't know why you would say that. I'm not
Do
questioning.
you agree with me on that?
I'm trying to answer you right now. I'm saying I don't think you're wrong. Obviously, any logical human being that is not a biased moron would agree with you. Any pedophile that is put behind bars, I hope they stay there the rest of their life, and I hope they're ostracized as far as I'm concerned.
How come you never see that on the media?
How come you never see some of the?
Anybody could ever do is protect
First of
children.
all, if you watch Fox, if you watch Fox News, that's all they do is compliment the man. Have you watched Fox News? Have you watched Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham? All they do is compliment the president. So when you say,
really,
I don't watch those channels. I watch real people like Gerald Celente.
Okay, so do you watch CNN, MSNBC? Do you watch any other networks?
I don't watch any of them.
So let me get this right.
Bad.
Okay, so let me get this right. You don't watch them, yet you claim they are bad and they're not praising Trump. Am I getting you right, Peter?
No, what I'm saying is they are
That's
not
what you said.
reporting. That
How do you know they're not reporting if you don't watch?
You know what happened today, Brian? You know what Trump the racist did today? He didn't let Steve King on Air Force One.
I know that. I was going to talk about that story. So, Peter, you want to talk about the media, but yet you just admitted you don't watch the media. So you make absolutely no sense. You have zero
Media's
credibility.
Pretty predictable. Media's not hard to figure out.
And you're right, Stephen King, the racist, who is basically, as far as I'm concerned, no better than David Duke. He tried to get on Air Force One today, and thank God the administration did not allow him on Air Force One.
Not God.
Well,
thank
whoever
Trump.
it was.
Trump.
Whoever it was. Well, who was it? The My Pillow guy who thanked God for Donald Trump.
You
Right?
still,
So why don't we
you
just
still hate the My
why
Pillow?
don't we just thank God for everything?
I know.
That absolute lunatic.
You need
God brought us Donald Trump. God brought us the orange man from heaven to be the president of the United States.
Costco has a real good sleeping pill.
By the way, his pillows suck.
Sleeping pill,
He is a fraud, and his pillows suck just like Donald Trump.
But you could get better sleep at night, Brian. I'm going to suggest
I've tried one of them. I've tried one of them.
No, Kirkland sleeping pills. Try Kirkland sleeping pills. They're very good. Take half of one at night, and you'll be fine.
Fine, but
you
one
don't
of
need Ambien.
this My Pillow guy is a fraud.
No, they're good.
You can go to a pillow store at Walmart and buy just as good a pillow. He's a fraud.
You hate his politics.
Well,
but I get that. Yeah.
I just think he hides behind his religion. That's all. Let's go to David. David, what's up? David, what's up?
Not much. How you doing, Brian?
Doing good, man. What's on your mind?
Well, I just want to tell you Trump is a good president because he's done a lot of things for the country. And the first thing I'd like to start off with is he's bringing Iran down to its knees. So maybe all that terrorist stuff going on in the Middle East will stop. You know, when you talk about Hezbollah, Yemen, and Hamas, and
hey, David, you bring up David. I hope you're right and we agree. But you listen to this show, so let me ask, and let me be very clear here. My problem with Donald Trump, and I don't agree with all of his policies. He's done some good things. He's done some things I disagree with. My problem with Trump, my main issue with him, is that number one, I don't think he's a good man. I don't think he shows leadership. I think he attacks everyone. He goes after POWs. He goes after Gold Star families. The things he says about women and their looks. I think he's a bad man more than the presidency. Do you understand where I'm going with this, David?
Patton was not.
I understand that, but you have to understand that he only attacks people who attacks him. Everyone that he attacks has attacked
That's
him
not
first.
true. That's not true.
He hits back.
That's
Okay,
not
name
true.
One person he went after that. He didn't.
John McCain, when Donald Trump was running for president, McCain never insulted him on a personal level. You know that.
No, they had a big problem.
He never, with policy.
That went back way.
They
John
had an
McCain
issue.
hates Trump.
But they had an issue with policy. You just asked me to name one, and we got to take a break.
He might have made an effort behind the scenes to start the investigation against him.
Well, that was before. That was before.
And there were a lot of aspects of General Patton's life that were not very good personally, but he defeated the Nazis.
He just asked me.
I'll take he defeated the Nazis over all the other little trivial crap.
We got to take a quick break. Ron Futrell, we're going to have Dennis Silvers in studio talking a little golf. We'll take some more phone calls coming up as well. 257-5396, the number to call. Jimmy, Marge, we got a few other callers on the line. We'll get to you when we come back. You're listening to the Vegas Take on the all-new 101.5 FM, 720 AM KDWN, FM 720 AM KDWN, FM 720 AM KDWN, FM 720 AM KDWN, FM 720 AM KDWN, FM